The courtroom was already tense before the case even started. You could feel it. The plaintiff, a woman in her early 30s, stood quietly at her table holding a stack of papers against her chest. She looked frustrated, but controlled. Across from her stood the defendant, a man in a dark blazer with an expression that screamed confidence. But that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was the woman sitting directly behind him. His new girlfriend, arms crossed, smirking, whispering comments loud enough for people nearby to hear. Even before the case officially began, people in the audience were turning around to look at her. And then, Judge Judy walked in. The room instantly went silent. Judge Judy sat down, adjusted her glasses, and looked over the file for barely 5 seconds before speaking. This looks like a disaster already. A few nervous laughs echoed through the courtroom. The plaintiff explained that she was suing her ex-boyfriend for $4,800. According to her, she loaned him money during their relationship to help cover rent, car payments, and credit card debt. But after they broke up, he disappeared. No repayment, no answers. Nothing. Judge Judy turned toward the defendant. Did you borrow the money? The defendant shrugged casually. It wasn't a loan. We were dating. The girlfriend behind him laughed quietly. Judge Judy immediately looked up. Who's laughing? The girlfriend stopped instantly. Judge Judy pointed directly at her. You! Either control yourself or leave. The courtroom got quiet again, but the tension only got worse. The defendant continued explaining his side. He claimed the money was given out of love. No contracts. No written agreement. She helped me because we were together. The plaintiff quickly interrupted. That's not true. I have messages where he promised to pay me back. Now Judge Judy was interested. Show me. The plaintiff handed over printed screenshots, docs, text messages, bank transfers, payment receipts. And then, one message changed the entire atmosphere in the courtroom. It read, I swear I'll pay you back once I'm back on my feet. Judge Judy read it twice, then slowly looked up at the defendant. That sounds like a loan to me, the audience murmured quietly. The defendant shifted uncomfortably. But before he could answer, his girlfriend suddenly spoke from the gallery. She's obsessed with him. The courtroom froze. Big mistake. Judge Judy slowly turned her head. Excuse me? The girlfriend rolled her eyes dramatically. She's just mad. He moved on. Judge Judy's face changed instantly. That famous look, the one that usually means somebody is about to regret speaking. You are not part of this case. The girlfriend leaned back in her chair, still visibly annoyed. But then she muttered something under her breath. Nobody could fully hear it, except Judge Judy did. And that's when everything exploded. Judge Judy slammed her pen onto the desk. Silence. Silence. Then came the line nobody expected. Mom, get out! The audience reacted immediately. The girlfriend blinked in shock. What? You heard me. Leave the courtroom. The defendant jumped in quickly. Your Honor, she's just emotional. Judge Judy cut him off instantly. No, she's disrespectful. And if you'd spent more time paying your debts instead of entertaining commentary from the peanut gallery, maybe you wouldn't be here. The audience burst into laughter. The girlfriend looked furious. For a second, it seemed like she might argue again. But then the bailiff stepped forward, and suddenly reality hit. She grabbed her purse aggressively and stormed toward the exit. But right before leaving, she turned around and said, This whole case is ridiculous anyway. Judge Judy didn't even blink. And yet here you are. The doors closed behind her. The courtroom became awkwardly quiet. Even the defendant now looked embarrassed. Judge Judy leaned forward. Now maybe we can deal with the adults. The audience laughed again. But the defendant wasn't smiling anymore because now he was alone. And Judge Judy started tearing his story apart piece by piece. She reviewed the bank transfers carefully. Thousands of dollars sent over several months. Rent payments, car repairs, insurance bills. Then she noticed something important. Nearly every payment had notes attached. Loan. Payback later. Temporary help. Judge Judy raised an eyebrow. This is very organized for somebody giving random gifts. The defendant tried defending himself again. We were planning a future together. Judge Judy answered immediately. Planning a future doesn't erase debt, Boom. Another silence. The plaintiff then revealed something even worse. After the breakup, defendant blocked her number, blocked her on social media, and according to her, started posting vacation pictures with his new girlfriend. Only 2 weeks later, the audience reacted quietly. Judge Judy looked unimpressed. You had money for vacations, but not repayment, and hesitation in this courtroom is dangerous. Well, it wasn't exactly my money. Judge Judy narrowed her eyes. Whose money was it? The defendant went quiet, and that silence basically answered the question. The audience could already tell the new girlfriend had probably been paying for everything, which made her courtroom attitude look even worse. Judge Judy shook her head slowly. This is why people should stay out of other people's legal business. Then came the final breakdown. No written contract. True. But the evidence clearly showed intent to repay. And legally, that mattered, especially with text messages confirming the debt multiple times. Judge Judy looked directly at the defendant one last time. You borrowed money. You promised repayment. Then you vanished once the relationship ended. The defendant stared at the floor. No confidence left. No smirking girlfriend behind him anymore. Just silence. Then Judge Judy delivered the verdict. I find in favor of the plaintiff for the full amount of $4,800. The plaintiff closed her eyes in relief. But Judge Judy wasn't done yet. And next time, she said while looking directly at the defendant, try dating within your financial range. The courtroom exploded with laughter. Even the bailiff smiled. The defendant looked completely defeated. And somewhere outside that courtroom, his girlfriend was probably still furious. But inside, the case was over. And Judge Judy had made one thing very clear. Disrespecting the courtroom is a fast way to get thrown out and lose the case.